Now I request Professor Devraj. Now I request Associate Professor Devraj Panigrahi. Sir, please felicit our chair. Now we have three papers to be presented in this technical session. Now I requested ma'am to continue with the session.
Please fill in the names.
विशेष संदर्भ में In the immersion and the creation of the individual, the desire for the collective welfare of the original man was the main reason for this, and today, when this contemporary society of ours wants to touch the ultimate limit of its development, then the collective consciousness and the loyalty of man in the world become more and more excellent. If we consider the origin of public sentiment, then we will get the achievement of the word lok. Lok means folk and emotions in the Vedas, especially in the Rig Veda. In the Gita, the word lok has been used for all the people in the form of Atoshmi loke Veda cha pratitya purushottama, referring to the eternal essence without any limitations. Culture is the totality of the best achievement of human life. In this perspective, culture represents human thoughts, customs, traditions, ethos, beliefs, values, religion, art, literature, science, technology, etc. Folk life and folk language have been irrigated and honored through the festivals, folk dramas, folk songs, folk dance, folk tales, etc. In spite of an infinite variety of dialects spoken throughout Tripura, the single language that identified all these people was Bengali. The most significant topographical feature nurturing the Bengali authenticity and the culture is its abundance of nature. But as far as the oral traditions of Bengali community in Tripura are concerned, they still carry forward the traditions of the regions that migrated from the pre-colonial Bengal. Thus, in South Tripura there are Noakhalis and the Chittagayas. In North Tripura there are Seletis, and in West Tripura, Brahmanbarias, etc. Folk song may be sung individually or in chorus. Folk songs sung individually include Baul, Bhatiali, Murshida, Marfati, while songs sung in chorus include Kavigan, Leto, Alkab, Gambhira. Here, it is an attempt to recover such fading melodies and to find how women help to enhance the value of folk song in different aspects of the society. The objective of this attempt is to bring forward how women enhance the social, cultural and economic integration by executing folk songs in Tripura. Now, findings of this attempt. The findings of the project centered on a number of small groups of Bengali folk song singers from three districts: Unakoti, Tripura, West Tripura and South District of Tripura. 72 Bengali folk songs were collected. Classifications of songs were done according to different rituals and festivals of Tripura. The categories are functional songs or occasional songs, ritual songs, love songs, calendric songs, work songs, devotional or religious songs, kirtan, dance song, poetic song and mourning song. And the fair and festival which are mostly seen in Tripura is Posh Mela, Tirthamukher Mela, Boishakhi Mela, Fish and Boat Festival of Nirmahal, Charak Mela or Gajan Utsav, Navanna Utsav, Maghi Purnima and Brahmakunda Mela, etc. In the outline of this study, I just want to say few lines about the different classifications of the song. First, I want to say about the functional song. Traditionally, those songs that are sung on a fixed occasion or any specific tithi of the Indian almanac are called the functional songs. Such songs transcend the familial confines and are sung in a bigger communal gatherings. There is a Bengali saying that Baro Mashe Tero Parbon, which is not the least an aggregation, but the Bengali calendar is replete with the religious rituals offering worships to a multitude of the folk deities. There are many songs related to the worship of Shiva in the form of Shiver Gajon in the month of Chaitra, Kal Bhairav in the month of Vaishak, Kartik Puja in the month of Kartik, Manasha Puja, Shitla Puja, etc. Apart from them, there are songs associated with the different brata like Akulani Brata, Megh Mondoler Brata, etc. In ritual songs, we can see those songs which are associated with different social practices or customary observances throughout the life of a Bengali family, like Shoshtir Gan, marriage ceremony with its different parts spreading over the several days, Shad Bokhon, Onnoprashan, etc. A Bengali wedding is elaborate, spreading over several days, constituting with many rituals like Jol Bhora, Mongla Charan, Angti Khela, Bobhater Gan, and all the occasions has their own collected folk songs. Love songs are an essential component of folk life, inspired out by the eternal love story of Radha Krishna or other folk legends. Bhatiyali is another very popular folk song prevalent in many low-lying districts in Tripura. Calendric songs basically narrate the mundane domestic activities in the lives of Bengali women all around the year. They may include the songs sung during the routine rituals or seasonal activities in conformity with the change in the cycle of the seasons. Now, work songs. These are the songs sung while performing some kind of manual work. Sometimes onset of the song is earmarked for particular piece of work only, and it is never sung for any other type of manual work, such as while planting paddy, while fishing, weaving, roof making, etc. Devotional song or religious song, these are sung to express devotions and gratitude while worshipping God. Kirtan, which is very popular form of folk song in the state, practiced regularly in the temples in front of family deity during any calendric rituals. And poetic songs or Kobigan is another popular folk song beginning with the season of Durga Puja and continuing throughout the winter season. It is performed usually in exclusive groups patronized by the kings or the zamindars, where creative singer poets would remix and recreate earlier versions of the traditional song to cater to the devised tastes of rich and affluent. Morning song. These are the songs which are sung during the Shraddh ceremony. The subject matter is traditionally taken from Ramayana, Mahabharata or Chaitanya Katha, and the this emphasizes elegize personal grief and raise them to transcendental level. After this analysis, here it is seen that group of women folk singers are accompanied by men in singing and instrument playing also. Those teams are called to perform in different occasions, and the performances are also enriched by the folk dances or jatra palas. Apart from rituals and traditional occasions, cultural gathering also keeps a demand of rural folk song as on stages performance. In Tripura, folk song competitions are also held in district level like Manasha Mongol competition. Folk songs also enriches the economic status during agriculture, fishing, farming, etc. Like Nabanna Utsav and fish festival held in Melhagor, Tripura. Even in different fairs and Utsav, the rural women come up with the traditional food stalls and handmade materials for sale, and these are in great demands nowadays. In conclusion, I would like to say that folk songs are a product of communal living. With the onset of modernity and disintegration of communal and larger family structure, oral traditions are fading away. The rich repertory of folk songs traces the growth and evolution of the Bengali community as an ethnic group. This attempt was to cover such fading melodies and analyze how women help to enhance the value of folk song in developing the social, cultural and economic prospects of Tripura. Here I have few glimpses of Posh Parbon Utsav in Unukuti, Gajon Utsav, Manushamongol folk dance performance in Youth Festival and Fish Festival which is held in Menagar. I hope you will have a look here. This resembles the Manushamongol which is a traditional a ritual which is held in the month of Shravan in every house. I have completed my paper. I am just showing few glimpses of the traditional culture here in Tripura. Thank you everyone. Thank you ma'am.
थैंक यू कृष्णा जी। पहले हम सबको सुन लेते हैं, फिर उसके बाद उनके द्वारा रखी गई बातों पर हम लोग टिप्पणी देते हैं। अब मैं दूसरे पेपर प्रेजेंटर आईवन दास जी को बुलाना चाहूँगी।
Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen, sir and ma'am, I wish you all a very good afternoon. I hope you are all doing good, and especially I'd like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of all of you. And as you can see, my research is on the issues faced by women in Northeast India. A review of literature is done by myself, who is a scholar, Department of Science Psychology, Tripura University. And go to the next slide please. And so I'd like to introduce you my work. So next slide. So firstly, if we have to understand the role of the woman in the empowerment in the Northeast, then first we have to understand what are the issues that women face in the first place. Alright, so here I have noted that there are a lot of literature, a lot of researches which indicate on the illiteracy, the drug issues, the poor health, the poverty, alcoholism, and etc. And this has been done by Agarwal and Raj 2020. And there are, please go to the next slide. So though there are some improvements like in Assam the Mahila Mandals are there, but still we see that somehow a lot of problems still dwell in the Northeast regions when it comes to women. Next slide. So I will just go into the objectives. And so my objective was to conduct a review of different relevant researches to determine the factors associated with the issues faced by the women in Northeast India. Next slide. So the methods. Next, yes. So the methods was that owing to the fact that few researches are available indeed which pertain to the women issues in Northeast India. 50 research articles were reviewed first for the fulfillment of the objectives. Then these go early. Then these papers were actually found to be primarily from the field of economics, applied psychology, sociology, and education also is included here. The inclusion criterion for these articles was that they should pertain to the theme under that is we have taken here, that is the issues faced by the women in Northeast. And the second criteria was that the articles need to source from peer-reviewed and good quality journals, which can be both national and international. First, I thought of including only the papers which source from Elsevier and Springer and the very high quality journals, but due to dearth or lack of such researches, I have chosen to take in the Indian journals which are non-Elsevier and non-Springer as well. So finally, as you can see, after excluding those who do not include, those who do not fit my criteria, I have amassed 31 articles. Alright, next. So the method that we have used here is the qualitative meta-analysis was conducted to find out the different issues faced by the women in the Northeast. The frequencies and percentages of the factors were also computed to find out the strength of each of the factors, which will be shown on the latter slide. So let's see something about reviews. Next slide, please. So here I have added in the numbers, the years of the articles and the numbers of articles, so you can have a moment to see it. No, please go to the previous slide. So clearly the 2008 has the highest number of articles, okay, which sort of forms the middle portion of the list, okay. So next one. So here I have visualized the number of years and the number of articles which are there. So as you can see that 2010 has the highest frequency. Next one. So now we'll talk about the meta-analytic model. Next one. So here you can see that I have shown the meta-analytic model, and when I talk about the issues of the women faced in Northeast, there are the different themes that actually comes mainly, which I'll be explaining to you later on. So firstly, the household issues are there, which form six total articles out of the 31 articles, which forms 19%. Then I have talked about the health issues, which form 8 total articles, 26%. Economic is 10 total articles, 32%, which is the highest. And then the social issues have also been explained, which are explained by 7 articles, which from the 23% of articles out of these 31 articles. Next one. So I'll talk about the results and discussion of what these articles actually talk about in brief. You can see my paper for all of the details and all. Next up, I have included the main findings. So the Meghalaya is a matriarchal society as found out by Bora et al. 2017. Most states still have the male head of the house. Alright. So the role of women is limited to household works like the cooking, washing, farming, etc. And a lot of women suffer due to the extramarital affair practices by their husbands also, which make their married life not so good one. Okay. So next one. So the health issues, the highlight of the health issues that these research works actually focus on is actually women in Northeast are at risk of developing drug and alcohol abuse, and a lot of diseases can also be there like HIV, hemorrhage, maternal death, and reproductive tract infection, which is a very important thing to know. A lot of and you can see this has been conducted in a recent research, that is in 2015. A lot of women do have the RTI. issues. So next up is the economic issues that I have focused on. The economic issues are prevalent in Northeast India. Lack of money is a huge issue, and working females are hardly found in the hill regions of India, whereas in the non-hill regions, not so much of working women are there. Okay, so women lag behind in economic decision making also, especially the rural women are more affected economically as compared to the urban women. Alright, next up. So the social issues, I'd like to explain the social issues faced by the woman. The usual conflict situation in the state has resulted in the killing of numerous innocent people. The case of rape is there, the molestation is there, abduction, extortion. So all of the individual citations are given in my research article. So please go through it. And no, one second, please back it. So extortion is so high that the woman sense the need to bring an end to such type of human rights violations. Alright, so this has been stated by Kumar 1998. Next up. Next. Yes, so and another some kinds of other social issues that faced by the women are the inequality, the infant mortality is there, the lack of female literacy is also a huge problem. Like in this seminar we have talked about these things already. Go to the next. So this brings up to the end of my research work. Please next slide. So to conclude, I would say that the article could successfully elucidate the issues faced by the women in the Northeast. Factors such as household health and economic and social issues were found to be the significant factors. Next slide. So to end, I would just say at the end, as said by Eleanor Roosevelt, a woman is like a tea bag, you know. You never know how strong she is until she gets in the hot water. So by this, I would like to say that no matter how pressure is within us, we can still strive. And yes, me being a male, I'm not referring to women as they cannot strive, we can strive, yes, at the end of the day. So thank you so much. With this, I would like to check the references if you're interested. With that, I bring my presentation to the end. Thank you and Jai Hind.
थैंक यू। अब आए और अपनी बात करें।
गुड आफ्टरनून सभी को, नमस्ते मैम। मेरा विषय है हिंदी साहित्य में स्त्रियों का योगदान। स्त्रियों का जीवन बहुत ही संघर्ष से प्रेरित है। महिला साहित्यकार के लिए सबसे पहले बाहरी संदर्भों में उसका आंतरिक समय होता है जहाँ वो जीती है और सांस लेती है, और वही दूसरी ओर होती है समय की चुनौती जिसे वो बिल्कुल पड़े होते हैं। उनके जीवन से सृजन के बीच अनवरत की स्थिति बनी रहती है। उनकी राह आसान नहीं होते, उनकी राह में बहुत ही विचारधाराएं वे दुविधाएं हैं। साहित्य जब तक मौखिक परंपरा का हिस्सा था तब तक लेखक में स्त्रियों का योगदान बराबरी के स्तर पर रहा, परंतु इतिहास के पन्नों में उनका जिक्र भी नहीं किया गया क्योंकि उन्हें कोई जगह नहीं मिला। अगर नारी का योगदान का मूल्यांकन साहित्य में करता है तो वो किसी भी क्षेत्र में पीछे नहीं है। आज के दौर में स्त्रियों ने पुरुषों के बराबर की सहभागिता निभाई है। महिलाओं के अंदर बाहरी चेतना और जागरूकता ने पारंपरिक छवि को तोड़ा है। देखा जाए तो साहित्य में नारी की भागीदारी जिस तीव्र गति से हो रही है उसे देखते हुए नारी की अभिव्यक्ति की सामर्थ्य पर हैरान होने वाली कोई बात नहीं रहेंगे। भक्ति काल में कई कवित्रियों का उल्लेख कहीं कहीं देखने को मिला है, जैसे कि गंगा, गौरी, सीता, सुमति, शोभा, प्रभुता, उमा, कोबिली, ऐसे बहुत सारी कवियाँ हैं। रामा, देवा, विश्रामा, योग, जेवा की, कमला, देवकी, हीरा, इन कवित्रियों ने कविताएं लिखी थी, परंतु इनकी कविताएं कहाँ गई है कोई नहीं जानता। भक्ति काल के समय कवित्रियों स्त्री कायाजनित वेदना और विद्रोह की अभिव्यक्त करते हैं। और मीरा, जैसे हम जानते हैं, मीरा या फिर वो लालेश्वरी भक्ति में भिगोई इतनी दामनकारी मतलब व्यवस्था के प्रति आक्रोश को सहज ही पहचान जा सकते हैं। आज़ादी की लड़ाई के समय जो शोर साहित्य में उभरा हुआ देशकालीन परिस्थितियों के देश प्रेम की अभिव्यक्ति साफ लक्षित होती है। महादेवी वर्मा, सरोजिनी नायडू, ऐसे बहुत सारे लेखकों का हम देखने को मिलता है। और हम देखते हैं कि स्वतंत्रता के बाद भी नारियों के अंदर जो अपने स्वाधीनता का एक भावना आते हैं, तब उस स्वाधीनता के भावना को लेके उन्होंने बहुत सारे लेख लिखी है। लेकिन उससे पहले जो भक्तिकाल के समय में नारियों ने लिखा है, उसको मतलब पुरुषतांत्रिक समाज में उसको दबाया गया है। तो उन चुनौतियों को जीते हुए नारियों ने बहुत जगह पे अभी इस समय में आके नारियों ने बहुत आगे चला है। तो हम देखते हैं कि सिर्फ हर स्तर पे आज के समय में कहीं पे भी नारियां पीछे नहीं, पहले भी नहीं थे, लेकिन उस साहित्य में विभिन्न जगह में पुरुषतांत्रिक समाज होने के नाते उनको छुपाया गया है। लेकिन आज वो तो बिल्कुल एकदम आगे बढ़े हैं। उसके लिए हम नॉर्थ ईस्ट के आज 2 दिन से जो सेमिनार जा रहा है, उनमें हमने देखा है बहुत सारे लोगों ने नारियों की जो विश्लेषण यहाँ पे किया है, उनमें हमने देखा है कि नारियां कितने आगे हैं। तो मैं खुद को भी जब जांच करती हूँ तब भी देखती हूँ कि नारियां कभी भी पीछे नहीं रहते। वो चाहते तो सब कुछ कर सकते हैं, घर बार संभाल के भी वो बहुत आगे निकल गए हैं।
पार्वती जी अपनी बात को कंक्लूड कर लीजिए, समय हो गया।
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Here's come the end of the today's national seminar technical session. Now I request all participants and the guests to join.
Madam, concluding. Madam, बोलवें ना? Concluding. मैडम अपना दिमाग देंगे उसके बाद।
आप सबको पुनः नमस्कार और धन्यवाद। और पॉइंट पर आते हैं। इस सत्र में 3 लोगों ने अपने अपनी बात रखी, तृष्णा रॉय, आइवान दास और पार्वती जी। और तीनों पर एक सेंटेंस में बोलना चाहूंगी। त्रिपुरा के सांस्कृतिक उत्थान में बांग्ला लोकगीतों का महत्व, स्त्री संदर्भ बहुत ही खूबसूरती से तृष्णा रॉय जी ने अपनी बात रखी। हाँ, उन्होंने कुछ ग्लिम्स भी दिखाया, पर लोकगीतों को उदाहरण के साथ कुछ पंक्तियां अगर गाकर सुनाया जाता तो बेहतर होता। और आइवान दास जी ने भी अपनी बात वुमेन इन नॉर्थ ईस्ट इंडिया ए रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर्स, उनके हेल्थ इशू पर, उनकी सामाजिक स्थिति पर, और कितने आर्टिकल्स नॉर्थ ईस्ट से पब्लिश होते हैं और उसमें कितनी नॉर्थ ईस्ट की महिलाओं की समस्याओं को उठाया जाता है, उस पर उन्होंने अपनी बात रखी और एग्जाम्पल के साथ उन्होंने बात रखी। और पार्वती भट्टाचार्य ने हिंदी साहित्य में स्त्री का योगदान को समेटने की कोशिश की, लेकिन कम समय होने के कारण वो अपनी पूरी बात शायद जिस ढंग से रख सकती थी नहीं रख पाई है। और जहां तक नॉर्थ ईस्ट में उसके विकास में महिलाओं के योगदान पर बात की जाती है, तो मुझे लगता है कनकलता बरुआ असम, रानी गाइदिन्लो नागालैंड, शर्मिला चानू मणिपुर से और अपने त्रिपुरा से प्रतिमा भौमिक त्रिपुरा सरकार एमपी और मंत्री, मुझे लगता है महिलाओं के विकास को और उनके व्यक्तित्व के विकास को और किसी राज्य, समाज और संस्कृति के उत्थान में महिलाएं किस कदर अपनी पूरी शक्ति के साथ मेहनत करके ऊंचाइयों को छू रही है, उन्हें भूला नहीं जाना चाहिए। दूसरी बात, मुझे जो लगता है किसी भी समाज और देश और राष्ट्र के उत्थान करने के लिए महिला और पुरुष दोनों की शक्ति जो है बराबर है, एक में निर्माण की असीम शक्ति है। तो उलझी हुई चीजों को पुनरुत्थान करने के लिए धैर्य के साथ, जिसके पास धैर्य की सबसे ज़्यादा शक्ति होती है, जिसकी तुलना पृथ्वी के साथ की जाती है, वह है महिला। दोनों की इन शक्तियों को बराबरी के साथ देखने की आदत हमें डालनी चाहिए। दोनों की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका, बराबर की भूमिका और दोनों के सहयोग से, साझा से ही यह समाज बनता है, यह देश बनता है और किसी भी राष्ट्र का उत्थान होता है। इसलिए दोनों की शक्ति के प्रति श्रद्धा हम सब के मन में होनी चाहिए, उनका सम्मान होना चाहिए। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं अपने बात को यही विराम देती हूँ। हम बाय।
Thank you, ma'am. Here comes the end of the today's national seminar technical session. Now I request all participants and the guests to join us for lunch in the ground floor. After the lunch, we all meet in the MBB auditorium, Tripura University. Thank you. Enjoy your lunch.